Welcome back to the channel, Sass Squad. So I have a little bit of an interesting team. It's definitely running a lot of very common meta picks with Melodic, Aerodactyl, Garchomp. I am running Mega Aerodactyl though, as you can see. But I am running Weavile over its, I guess, cousin, Sneasler, because it actually outspeeds it. And that's really the only reason why. Yeah, Weavile, Focus Sash, and that's where I'm gonna kick it here. So, very first battle, they lead Mega Delphox, and they probably don't know I am Mega Aerodactyl. I mean, clearly. But I was thinking about using Fake Out initially, but then I was like, well, if I get Rock Slide off into Delphox, I don't know if it'll knock out, but it might flinch even. And if I connect the Icicle Crash, then it's gonna one-shot Garchomp. And I'm running that primarily because it's not a contact move, so it won't get activated by the Rough Skin and break my Sash. So they do Mega Delphox, kind of scary, but Rock Slide does connect, and it looks like I get a knockout. It says it was a crit, which I'm not entirely sure if that mattered or not, if I'm being honest. I mean, I'm so happy that that happened regardless. Maybe it didn't matter, I don't really know. But Icicle Crash does connect into Garchomp here, and I completely remove my opponent's side of the field on turn 1, and they decided to forfeit, which I don't blame them. I mean, I guess they felt like they had no chance at that point, not really sure. Anyways, really fun start there with Weavile. Mega Aerodactyl I thought was a pretty good teammate for Weavile due to the fact that they can team up. I could Fake Out Sneasler and go for dual wing beat into Sneasler to remove it, or you know, some other threats that might be like grass, like Sinistcha or whatever. Sometimes Tsareena. In this one, so I am running Earthquake on Garchomp. I would maybe make some adjustments to the team. It's not too shabby, but ideally, you know, I want Garchomp to be next to Aerodactyl or Rotom, so I can freely go for the Earthquakes. I am Rock Slide Earthquake, so Wide Guard can shut down this Garchomp entirely, but obviously in a situation where we're playing on the ladder, they're not going to really know what I'm doing anyways, so not too big of an issue, I feel, as of yet. But yeah, if you're watching this, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers on my channel here. I'm putting out more consistent VGC content with Pokémon Champions out, and if you've been enjoying this so far, that would mean the world to me. So let's continue on here. I go for Swords Dance. I wasn't even really thinking about Zoroark, if I'm being honest. I saw it on the team preview, but I honestly, when I saw the Rock Slide hit initially, I was like, wait, why is it doing so much damage? And I'm like, oh wait, it's Zoroark. So, not too big of a deal since Aerodactyl is so fast, and I do get lucky with connecting these Rock Slides. I almost got knocked out with Garchomp, but I am able to live and get my Earthquake off, which will remove Umbreon, which ultimately is a good situation. So, from here, they do bring in their Rotom Heat, and they also bring in their actual Lucario. And Lucario can pick off with Bullet Punch here, if they really want to. I figured I would go for Rock Slide and Protect with Garchomp to kind of waste a turn if they were going to try to just Bullet Punch Garchomp here. They end up using Protect on Lucario, not revealing their Mega just yet, but I think it's safe to assume this is Mega Lucario. Rock Slide connects to Rotom Heat, and obviously it's going to do a great amount of damage. Citrus Berry is activated, doesn't really matter. goes for the Thunderbolt, it will be able to bring Aerodactyl down to 5. Thankful to live. So now they could Bullet Punch either target. But I figured they would more than likely just Bullet Punch Garchomp, knowing that Earthquake is going to destroy them. And they're just going to have to accept Rotom Heat is probably going to go down here to a Rock Slide if it connects. Not probably, it will if it connects. It's just a matter of it connecting. And yeah, so pretty much, bam. Great stuff. And anyways, I still am in a pretty good position because I have Rotom Wash myself. And even though Lucario can do a lot of damage, it's not going to be able to one-shot Melodic or Rotom Wash. So I decided to actually protect, I think, on Aerodactyl and go for a Will-O-Wisp. That way I could waste a turn expecting them to Bullet Punch me. They do end up going for close combat into Rotom Wash, and I barely live. I don't know, maybe I could have been knocked out by that. I'm not entirely sure if that was a low roll or anything like that. But yeah, I live, fortunately, and I get lucky with connecting Will-O-Wisp. I realized Hydro Pump would have removed it here if I just went for Hydro. I guess either way I was risking missing my move, whether it be Hydro or Will-O-Wisp, but I just figured if I connect Will-O-Wisp, there wasn't going to be much this physical variant of Mega Lucario was going to be able to do here. So yeah, Hydro Pump ends up just connecting though before I even need to bring in Melodic, and that is going to be a GG. And the last battle I have here, this is a quick video, but this very last battle is probably the coolest one. The most exciting, thrilling in my opinion, and I get to show off Weavile a bit more, which kind of wanted to highlight in this video a bit, was how, you know, sometimes deviating a slight amount on the ladder can be very advantageous. But yeah, this team, Mega Floette does look kind of frightening. I mean, I do have Mega Aerodactyl. Mega Aerodactyl looks really good here. I mean, I am a little afraid of the Basculegion, so I am going to bring Melodic here as well. But I'm going to lead Weavile and Aerodactyl to see if I can fake out and maybe remove something from the field turn 1. So I know I'm going to outspeed once I Mega, but I'm not really sure what they're going to do with their Aerodactyl. I figured I would just try to remove Tsareena. So I'm going to actually switch in Weirdeer to Intimidate to weaken the Aerodactyl if they do decide to go for Rock Slide, and also just to save Weavile for something better in the back. I didn't feel like leaving it in. I could have faked out onto Aerodactyl here realistically, and it would have been okay, but this is actually better positioning, I think. I just go for Dual Wing Beat into Tsareena just to remove... Oh, wait, no, that's right. I can't fake out because of Tsareena. What am I saying? That's why I switched out, obviously. Sorry about that little mistake. But, yeah, so this is great regardless. This was the optimal play. I couldn't fake out Aerodactyl, and I didn't want to accidentally break my sash. Like, that was obviously what I was thinking. And in comes Basculegion, and I'm going to use Skill Swap to get off Adaptability, and I'm going to switch in Melodic to put Intimidate onto their Basculegion, which will then activate Competitive here on my Melodic, which will be pretty good. Rock Slide comes in, does a decent chunk, even though they're intimidated. That was a crit, that's why, on Melodic. Melodic eats up a wave crash, but my HP is so low now, Last Respects is still going to be a problem. So I am going to skill swap, like I said, and Intimidate's going to go on the Basculegion and intimidate my side of the field now, which does activate Competitive. But because I'm going to be able to get probably double targeted on the next turn, this isn't going to be good for me. So I'm going to want to protect, and I think I switch in, I'm trying to think. Oh no, I go for Body Slam. That's right, I go for Body Slam into Aerodactyl because I want to break their Focus Sash, assuming it has it. So I will protect, and Rock Slide goes off. I think Weird Ear actually dodges this Rock Slide, which is really nice. They will last respects into Melodic, which is going to be a problem. If I get a Paralyze off too, that would be very helpful, but ultimately I just want to make sure I broke Sash. And yeah, at this point, I'm just going to go for another Body Slam into Aerodactyl, and I'm going to try to go for Muddy Water. I think that's what I end up doing here, because I realize that Melodic isn't really going to be able to get off a move. I mean, I was thinking like Helping Hand, but then I'm like, wait, the Rock Slide, if it connects, plus the Last Respect, there's no way I'm living. So yeah, I just have to kind of accept my fate here and just go for another Body Slam with Weird Ear into Aerodactyl, hoping for the best. But yeah, so pretty much from here, I think I bring in Aerodactyl, thinking Rock Slide should be able to remove their Aerodactyl from the field. And I think what I do is I go for Rock Slide with Aerodactyl, and then I switch in my Weavile where Weird Ear is, just to position myself differently. Oh wait, no, I don't. Yeah, no, exactly, that's what I do. Because I figured they would just double. I would remove their Aerodactyl, and they're going to target my Aerodactyl with their Basculegion more than likely. So fortunately for me, I do connect that Rock Slide, and I remove their Aerodactyl, and they are going to Wave Crash into my Aerodactyl. So even though I lose Aerodactyl here, I felt like that was a worthy trade just to get rid of their Aerodactyl. And now Basculegion's down to 25%. I should be faster with Weavile, and I bring in Weird Ear. They end up having Floette, which is clearly going to be Mega Floette, and I actually felt kind of frightened here, but I was thinking I should be able to remove Basculegion, and I'm sashed, so I should be able to live one fairy move, and I will outspeed their Floette. I was initially thinking, do I fake out their Floette and go for Body Slam here? But then I was like, wait, they're probably going to protect with Floette, so I'm going to actually just go for a Night Slash into Basculegion, and I think I go for Body Slam into Floette just in case that was not correct. But I just figured, regardless, I probably have to just remove Basculegion. I can't have two Pokemon in the field right now with my situation. It's looking kind of dicey because I don't really have any super effective moves here with Weavile as well. And unlike Sneasler, who actually does really good against the Floette matchup, this is a situation where I kind of have to prove, can you still use something like Weavile against the Floette? So they end up using Protect, which is a god save. Like, I'm so fortunate. And, you know, again, I could have flinched and gone for Paralyze. So, not necessarily, it could have still been up in the air, like how it played out. Now I have to rely on Ice Skull Crash, which isn't 100% accurate. And I figured I could live one move with Weird Ear, and I probably just need to get 2 moves off, just to ensure that on the next turn, Weavile can guarantee to knock out. So as you can see there, an Ice Skull Crash isn't gonna... 2 Ice Skull Crashes is definitely not gonna be enough. I could have used Helping Hand here as well, but I also was thinking if Ice Skull Crash misses, maybe I can at least get a pair of hacks with Body Slam. So now I pretty much all I can rely on is Ice Skull Crash connecting. So I'm just going to go for the Helping Hand Ice Skull Crash. And I'm just banking on my move to connect. If it connects, I win the game. If it misses, I wasn't sure if a Night Slash with Helping Hand would be enough damage. I feel like it probably would live, just barely. So I didn't really want to risk it. And yeah, I pretty much am like, I closed my eyes, but then I could hear the animation going off. And I was like, oh, thank goodness I actually won. Let's freaking go, Weavile. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again. And with that being said, the Sass Squad's getting stronger each and every day. You have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.